You looking at me? That's how Tiff be looking at me when I be telling her.
Check.
I be telling.
Apparently, I think we've been on mute this whole time. Appreciate it, Q. Oh, all right. And now we're not on mute, I guess. I don't know. We can hear us. All right, later. So, good people out there. Keith just called. Apparently, if y'all could hear us, we couldn't. I got a text from somebody said big ass city. So, like, I thought we could be heard. I don't know. I mean, I guess we could be heard now. So, y'all can enjoy.
I don't know whatever show records on Friday nights, but for some odd reason, every Saturday,
I gotta actually make a point to check that shit because everything was on.
You trying to say they got beef? They don't want that beef with y'all?
Nah, man.
They don't want that smoke.
Nah, but
oh, they haven't heard these cash jokes about this nigga's face. That's terrible. You've actually been spared.
I got a great looking
that
mustache.
shit. I hate when that happens. That just takes the fucking
These
wind.
niggas, they just spit version.
Nobody in the chat say shit.
Jackie just said something.
I feel like girls like the mustache.
Who?
Every girl I've seen lately been on the mustache. They like me looking older. They don't want the baby face.
A lot of middle-aged women been coming up here just hollering at you.
He on his shit. I am on my shit. So
you like you on Metamucil, nigga. like you on a high fiber diet, your old ass nigga.
Hey, but like let's be real, it's a lot of older people like in their 50s. They getting them in. You feel me? So if he can do it, I can pull this look out. You feel me? I can rock it.
Look at
for 50-year-old niggas.
Look at half a century face.
I can do it. Like I look solid. I look a little older, but I look solid.
You look like a trumpet player.
Because if I cut this off, I'm gonna have a complete baby face.
That is true.
It's gonna be over
You would
with.
rather have a baby face. You remember? You know what you look like?
Hard
Y'all
to
remember when that app came out and it would make you look older? It would show you like you. That's what you look like. You look like a walking version of that.
Nah, I actually looked more fucked up with that point. So
nah, with that mustache, nigga. I've seen your grandfather. Like I know your lineage and your family. You look like an old ass version of yourself.
You got the mustache.
You look like
Yeah,
nigga. You look like Uncle Ember.
He had that.
Yeah.
Get your nuts.
And he was still breaking the memes.
Stupid ass. Nigga, you sit up here and look like Uncle Ember like a motherfucker.
I heard great grandpa had a cul-de-sac, so like it ain't him.
Yeah.
Cul-de-sac.
Granddad,
you know when you ball right here and got nothing. You got
Yeah.
oh my god. Yeah, they said it was style back then.
It's just the style.
here.
Like my mama said, I would never rock that crazy shit. I just go bald.
This nigga Verge and his mustache.
Every time Verge walk in, it just sound like this. This what
Hey, I'm happy we don't got cameras. I'm happy we got no goddamn cameras.
We might just have to record you today, nigga.
No.
We're gonna put you on Instagram Live.
Nah.
Turn this shit off.
That's what you look like. The nigga who, wow, he got the mustache. The nigga playing the piano. You look like Verge. Look like Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
You fucking up, left.
Yeah, you definitely look like you're working a speakeasy.
Hey, watch when this mustache blow up. Watch when it blow up.
What, the mustache?
Yeah, watch when it blow up.
Who?
Then you gonna look like Ned Flanders.
You gonna blow up and be rich. You know what I'm saying with the mustache.
Hey man, I don't give a fuck. You still gonna look stupid. Regardless, what the fuck was we talking about before we found out that the goddamn whoever this is, don't call. We just got on the radio.
It's like a walking version.
Who is this?
Nah, that mustache.
Oh,
I see you, bro.
Hey, what's my deal? What's the deal?
Sean, what's up, man?
Mustache. You ain't even seen the mustache. Like,
Who is this? What's that? Who's this? Is that Subway nigga EJ? Is that nigga right there?
What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I text that nigga EJ telling y'all ain't got no sound. Don't be like Keith the only one that tell y'all niggas ain't got no sound.
I don't look at my
Come
phone
on now,
while
you know
I'm
Sean
recording.
tuned in every Saturday, bro.
I don't look at my phone while I'm recording. Like that's
know,
one
nigga,
thing
like
that
I'm
my phone is usually on the charger by the time I get to the studio, so that's why I don't usually answer texts and shit.
That's funny.
But nah, man, y'all niggas doing y'all thing, man. I'm ready to tune in, see what y'all talking about. Titties, big ass titties.
We've been
Hopefully
talking for
Birds
like
ain't on no stupid shit today.
we've been talking for like 30 minutes
yeah.
already, so it's like I don't even know where we were in the conversation. What were we discussing? We were discussing something and it just got interrupted. But we're gonna figure it out and pick it back up.
Pretty much. That shit's funny.
Yeah, y'all got it.
probably not gonna
Appreciate
All right, get to it.
That nigga
Appreciate
said
you,
probably
Brody.
not gonna pick it back up.
We're probably not gonna pick it back because we don't remember at all.
I really in the fuck don't. I don't know what we was talking about.
You seen what happened with Gail?
Yeah.
I've had like
You
3
see what
conversations
Snoop
about
Dogg said?
that
No,
this
you see what Snoop Dogg said though.
Yeah,
Play the clip.
Funky dog head bitch. That's crazy.
That was a nah. We're not gonna play that.
No, you wanna play
That's
that?
crazy.
That was funny though.
Nah.
I try to say
You
it.
would do that.
Try to say it.
No.
You would say it.
I wouldn't go that far like for that.
You gotta do the
I
pussy
saw
in the maggot.
I saw somebody. What's
Here's
that
a
dude?
grown ass man that's my age that if he seen me, he has everything he needs to be able to swing on me.
Okay.
I'm not talking about a woman who's 30 years my age.
True.
Cause it's no way that you can get no get back for like it's nothing that can be done. If a nigga's
It's already too late.
the nigga who I said that to was 3 inches taller than me and 60 pounds heavier than me.
Damn.
Like you bitch ass nigga, you got everything you need to be able to see me, you faggot, when you see me and do something. If not, then you just a bitch. What you is. So it's like, nigga, I didn't the fuck.
Okay. I can see
That's
that.
something completely different. I'm not calling for smoke with nobody's grandma and mom and great aunt and shit, nigga. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like for everything that Gail said and like, it was fucked up to even. First off, I just think niggas.
kept going. You should just let. Okay.
Nah,
whatever.
I think niggas is just in the anger stage of their grief right now. Like I think niggas is just really angry about.
Him dying.
You know, that's just the stages of grief. Like first you go through disbelief and then you go through like
Hello, Kirsten and Moni. Was good, y'all.
a gang. But I just think that's where niggas is right now. Like we're angry about him dying. Like you go through this when you're grieving and mourning something. And I think right now that was just a bad, because in reality, she even asks, is it fair that people are even bringing this up? Like people skip over the fact that her actual question to her was, is it fair that people bring this up?
Oh, okay.
Like she didn't just be like, Kobe's a rapist and you bitches was hanging out with him. No, she said, what does this mean to his legacy? Is his legacy torment? God, I forgot the word. Tarnished, yes.
Yeah.
There. Is his legacy tarnished, and as a woman in the WNBA, how do you feel about it? And Lisa gave her answer, and then she said, well, is it fair that we're still talking about it?
Mm.
That was her question. And
Okay.
Lisa then went on to give the answer of no, because Kobe was here and then none of you niggas asked.
Yeah,
Which is the real answer.
that is true.
Like I don't want niggas I don't want to die and then for niggas 2 weeks after I died to be looking at Verge like, so it was said that he shot people. Like what do you know about this? Like for you to be like, nigga, I don't know shit about it. Why you didn't ask him?
Yeah.
Like
You right.
that don't make sense to me, and I just think it's like a shitty thing. But like Gail, like I seen Charlamagne say Gail wasn't the motherfucker who said or did the worst shit in regards to it. So it's like she questioned it, but then you have
Dang that shit.
yo.
Yo, it's your girls, never not extra.
Hey, where the fuck y'all at? Y'all at
I just dropped my dog off. I'm in hospital.
That's just dropped my dog off. Round of applause for the Never Not Extra ladies.
Dog got a house.
Hey, how
of its
y'all
own?
feel about that? How y'all feel about Gail?
Oh, that's why we called. Okay, yes, that's why we called. So basically, I understand that we're in our morning angry stage, but she was definitely probing the question. Like Lisa gave her answer, and Gail tired ass kept like picking, like she just kept picking at it. Like, so
She didn't ask the question and say okay and move forward, but she kept trying to like probe Lisa Leslie to kind of like change her answer. Like, well, you wouldn't know that. You know, that was my issue with it.
My issue was the fact that she, after Lisa said, you know, it did go to trial and everything and blah, blah, she was like, yeah, it went to trial, but it was just dismissed, like, because she didn't want to, you know, because the girl didn't want to, whatever, testify or whatever. But it's like none of that is even relevant to mention. And the only reason I'm upset that she mentioned it is because none of these motherfuckers mentioned this all this other time. Not when it was cheering for him to play in his last Laker game, not when he did his retirement. Like, nobody was mentioning this after that incident was dismissed. Nobody else brought it up again. So now that he's dead, I don't think that now is the time to be bringing it up.
Either way, it was a bad move on Gail's part. Like, people was going to be angry. And, you know, who knows if people will be able to look past that.
Yeah, I don't think she should be receiving death threats, but I mean, I don't care that somebody called her dog face. She do kind of look like a dog. But, you know.
Yeah, I don't agree with her getting death threats, but I don't think this is something that's gonna last too long. To be honest with you, like her and Oprah are people that were outright supporting Harvey Weinstein throughout his whole entire career, and there's plenty of pictures of that have surfaced and that are known. I just feel like it's one of those things that the news cycle, something else will pop up, and then eventually it'll cycle out.
Yeah, I feel like that's the general.
I think that they should stop tearing down so many period. Just because.
Oh, are y'all still there?
With these white men.
Wait, hold on.
All this other time.
You got to repeat that.
You might have to run that back. Y'all
got to run that back. You broke up.
Oh, I was saying that I just feel like they need to do better because it's like they stand behind and support all these white men that they're in the same tax bracket with, but then when it comes to like a black man doing something, they're so quick to hop on it and expose them and all this other stuff. Not saying that black men shouldn't be exposed to the things that they do, but just do it the same across the board, whether it be tax bracket, white men, black men, whatever the case. And how people always say black women should be protected, I feel like black men should be protected too.
Oh,
Even if, and then, okay, they're doing something wrong. If you're gonna expose them, cool. Expose them, cracker ass niggas too. Like you can't just do one side. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I completely agree. And like, let's keep that statement in context. Like, let's protect who's worth protecting. I'm not saying protect anybody who rightfully deserves to be prosecuted for anything. And in my opinion, I feel like after you are, I feel like due process should mean something in this country. That man went to court. And like, it's so many things in this case we forget to mention. We forget to mention this woman came to court with like 5 to 8 different semens in her underwear. We forget that this woman was on medication for bipolar schizophrenia. We forget so many things about this. We forget just so many elements of this case that she fucking was a receptionist. Why are you delivering food to this nigga's room, bitch? You went to the kitchen to get his food. Like, it's so many things about this case we forgot. And it's just like all of a sudden now, and my whole thing with the Gayle thing is disgusting. She brought it up. I'm not giving her, she needs to be accountable for what she did. But there are so many people. Like, I seen Charlamagne talk about it, and I don't understand why we skipped over. I don't know who this Washington Post bitch is. Whoever this bitch is, who writes for the Washington Post, who's been dragging Kobe for years.
Damn.
This bitch is the only motherfucker that talked to that rape accuser. She's the only bitch that was granted an interview with this woman.
Who is this?
Some white bitch for the Washington Post. I forgot her fucking name. Even fucking Charlamagne brought her up. Ari the comedian. This nigga said I was happy he died.
Oh, that shit.
Oh yeah, no, he's for sure canceled. Like, no, fuck him. I saw the video he made, and he was saying that he was happy that he died and all this other stuff. Like, okay, so what? Like, a rapist died. Like, I just feel like that's mad disrespectful. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. You didn't have that energy when he was alive. Like, suck my clit. You sound stupid as fuck. Like, get the fuck out of here. Scram. Scram, nigga. No, he really needs to scram. Get the fuck out of here.
Scram.
Yeah, like.
No, but I totally agree with you. That girl, and like I said on our show, like, that girl, she definitely, like, I'm not going to say that she probably didn't have a train run on her, but I think out of everybody that ran the train, she just picked Kobe to say that he was the one that raped her. And I'm not saying that it's right that he had sex with her because he was a married man or is a married man. But at the end of the day, like, she was lying and she didn't want to testify because she was going to look stupid as fuck, and they was going to bring up everything that you basically just brought up that was going to discredit her. Yeah. And she was full of shit, period. She was full of shit.
Yeah, and I
but that's our take on it. We just had to say that.
Gang shit. We appreciate y'all, man.
We appreciate y'all.
Have a great show.
All right, we definitely will. We're going to holler at y'all later.
All right.
Appreciate the ladies of Never Not Extra calling in, giving their opinion.
Big.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of things with that case that I think we forget to kind of factor in. And
they kind of hit the points, though. Like, I think with Gayle, like, same as everybody was saying, I think the big issue with Gayle is she just kept pressing the line. I don't know if she should be like, death threats, no. Snoop always gonna call somebody out their name. I saw there was a big
even
thing
for
from,
Snoop. Like, to me, I was a little.
That dude, the BET dude, the Mark Lamont Hill, he had this big post about not calling her a dog face bitch, and I was like, I can see it. Like you could easily hold her accountable. But honestly, I don't really feel too bad for Gail. I just don't think she should get death threats because I think she was pressing the line after you asked the question. So
Yeah, but death threats, like we have to keep in mind that like if we're going through this mourning for Kobe because of death, y'all threatening to kill somebody that somebody else loves as much as we love Kobe. So in reality, like that's just again, and that's those things that lead me to believe that this is just the anger from just not having anywhere to direct, like the natural grieving process that you're going through. You naturally don't have anywhere to direct that energy, so you end up just spewing that at people every which way. And I think that's just what a lot of people are going through right now. Like, we couldn't blame anybody else throughout this whole process. What we're going to say, the pilot was responsible. He's dead too. His family's mourning. So nobody that you can be like, oh, they are responsible for this. You were just left with a tragedy in your hands, just in your lap.
Oh yeah, I think like the inability to like focus your anger or hurt by it, definitely. I do think, I think they went overboard with death threats, but I do think Gail kind of said, hey man, fuck me up one time real quick by saying and not just kind of taking into account, maybe this shit I'm asking is not journalism. I'm poking for an actual response, which is not the same thing.
Well, so often, and this is, again, not a defense. I think so often sometimes in journalism, like when we go back and watch, like this is the double-edged sword we always talk about. When we watch Gail pry about questions about Kobe, we don't like that. But when we have somebody pry about surviving R. Kelly, we tuning in for 6 shows about that shit. Like when we have a motherfucker sit down and be like, well, why didn't y'all stop R. Kelly from raping little girls? And they be like, oh, we didn't know. And they be like, well, how did y'all not know when he can't read, but these girls getting booked flights? I don't never see nobody there be like, why they poking and prying at them like that?
Is for me, or at least how it when I look at these two things, not giving Kobe a pass, because even like Kirsten said, Kobe's a married man. He's not without fault. But that has more elements of, this is not a rape so much. This is like you, this is you know.
No, I agree with you saying, yeah.
And then with Robert, with good old Robert, that's
I
a repeat
understand.
motherfucking offender. That's all. I'm like, bro, now, because like certain situations with the R.
That's
Kelly
not
shit,
a repeat offender. That's a lifestyle.
Yeah, like certain people
repeat
with
offenders,
the,
like
with
when
the
you
R.
steal
Kelly thing,
2
it's like,
Snickers
okay,
or something.
you were a victim. It's some motherfuckers like I forget which pair of parents. Like the girl herself, victim. The parents, you motherfuckers said, yeah, I knew he was out here fucking these kids, but my daughter want to sing, and I was like, I'll watch her a little bit.
Everyone and parents made a bad deal.
Yeah,
that's just all that was. Everyone and parents just bought a lemon.
So with Arquette, like with those two, I guess to me, I'm
not saying, I'm not making those situations comparable. I'm not. For me, I think even the stretch of calling Kobe a rapist is a lot. Like, and when you hear answers like Lisa Leslie's, you start to realize something. You start to uncover that there's a certain criteria and a certain certain characteristics that have to be present more times than not when you start to get to like, that nigga's a rapist. Mm-hmm. Like, that's something different. I think you can end up being labeled something based off of misinterpretation or like even today when we were at the meeting and we were talking about what exactly is consent and they mentioned that show, it's like this thing of like, we in the mood, we get to going, who knows that this thing is too far. Like, we haven't discussed it. Everything about this moment is just energy and nonverbal communication until I get the response of uncomfort. Then I'm going to proceed as we've been proceeding this whole night, from kissing to undressing to actually partaking in acts.
All of that.
Yeah, I think that, and making a mistake during that process, I think is different than just being like, I'm a raper. Like, you ain't just a raper.
Hey, y'all.
Because
I'm a raper.
Yeah, I'm a raper,
damn,
y'all.
That's some sick shit.
Yeah, like what you do? Well, I'm a trash man Monday through Friday, but then weekends I pick up shifts as a raper. Like, that's not what I think Kobe was doing.
Yeah, I do a little rape here and there. You know what I'm saying? It's more so recreational rape. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really committed to the craft like
rape.
that.
What the fuck?
You know,
no, Kobe wasn't. I don't know. That's different. Yeah, and I understand what we're saying in the differentiating those situations. What I'm more so saying is the standard of reporting. Like, what is the standard of reporting? Is the standard of reporting to pry all the time, or is it to only pry in situations that are respectful, because in every situation that you feel like you have to pry in, somebody is feeling like you're being disrespectful to something. Like Robert Kelly sat there and cried and said, y'all fucking up my life. I'm fighting for my life. And like to him, what you was doing was disrespectful. But to us, it was some shit that niggas really needed fucking answers for.
Oh shit!
All right, I can't find it, but that was a big thing this week. Even I think amongst the Kobe shit, there was this black news anchor, and she had this big, like a long, not a rant, but she was like passionate about this topic, because she's like, I'm a journalist. Like you can poke, and her point more or less is like you can poke and prod when you really do your homework and you're really chasing it. She's like, a lot of journalists, she felt that they got away from hard research on real topics. You just going, oh, this is hot in the streets right now. They're like teams, like, well, quote unquote, TMZ reporting.
We have to differentiate between journalists and reporters now. That's something that we are trying to blur the lines with. And some people are not journalists. Some people just reporters. I think it's a fine line when journalism is exactly what she said. You went, did your research. You went and took fine time to interview people, check your sources, double check, fact check, all that stuff. When you're a reporter, you're just trying to get to that motherfucker so you can tell people what's happening at the scene. You ain't even really found out who in the blazing car crash. You just know a car on fire on the side of the 405 and it's got 2 lanes blocked. Yeah, you're just relaying information. That I think that's what we're failing to realize. Like we look at TMZ as a news outlet. They're not a news outlet.
They trying to be funny.
They're news. I mean, they're just. I mean, I don't know. They're just reporters. They just report shit.
That's true, and I feel like, to me personally, I feel like that's like, I'm not big up in TMZ, but I look at that more as people's fault than TMZ. TMZ never said like, look, man, we here to give y'all the hardcore facts. TMZ like is, full well that we here to report the bullshit, and people like take TMZ because they're the first to hit, and people go, oh yeah, TMZ is news. I kind of look at that as people's fault. People be blaming TMZ, which is not to say their content is anything great, but people just run with their shit, and it's like, why did you treat TMZ as if they were like CNN or?
Well, I don't think people run with TMZ shit because I don't think TMZ gives you enough to run with. I think in the situation that we ended up in, TMZ breaks the news again because they're reporters. It's nothing. It's no meat and potatoes to it. Like, you're gonna get this top layer of whatever we got.
That's what I mean. People take that and turn that into news. It's not.
But I don't think people take that and turn that into news. I think people take that and turn that into the news they want to build on. So just hear me out.
Gotcha.
You get the foundation of some news from TMZ, but then I might go to CNN to build the rest of my report from it. You might go to Fox. You might go to MSNBC. You might go to Breitbart. That is more so how motherfuckers.
Time out. Why did I get the bullshit?
I knew you were gonna say
But
that.
because I needed one that was way out, because that's really how we end up doing things a lot of times. Is like, when you go back and look at the presidential election, why the fuck was Breitbart being mentioned in the presidential elections?
True.
That's why I want that shit.
That shit don't make no fucking sense. But the whole point is, like, nigga, it was still one of the biggest fucking media outlets, and skewed half of America's visions on what the fuck a whole goddamn country wanted to do to us, and what, like, the whole thing. So that's what I'm just saying, is that I think it's more so a crime of how many people are allowed to be able to label themselves news outlets. Like, that's more so what I think is the issue, is that, like, we have too many people that are claiming journalists.
Is that
we've always had people to report, but then we've always had quality people to do the journalistic integrity work.
That's true.
Like, you never heard anybody say, I got reporter integrity. Like, no, you have journalistic integrity, but you don't have no fucking reporting integrity.
So
you get there and you get the story.
I mean, they're trash for that. I mean, well, kind of. But is that more on? I mean, yeah. To me, that still sounds like the more responsibility is on the people to do the like you. If I'm talking to you about something, I can maybe more or less go, all right, if he don't know it, like, he'll in the moment, nigga, it takes nothing to pick this up and go, oh, he just said that about this, let's see if that's whatever. People just be running full speed with the headline. I'm like, there's like a full list of information under this fucking headline.
I think when we talk about, again, that's another double-edged sword. We always talk about the powers in the people. So the power to change shit is always in the people. So the power to change shit positive is always in us. So the power to change shit negative is in us too, as well. Like, the idea of certain things being sensationalized a certain way or having to receive news a certain way. Like, how many people here as kids like to watch the news?
No kid like watching the news.
Exactly. But now how many motherfucking kids come home from high school to go watch TMZ?
All of them. Not all of them, some of them.
Like, you get a large amount of motherfuckers that will go do that. And it's just because I think it's exciting. Like, People sit around and watch reality TV. You watch them other motherfuckers live the same exact shit that you got to live. But the difference is you sensationalize it. You do it a certain type of way. You get 24 hours and 30 minutes. You get to cram it all in. And you get the good stuff. And
is that because news is more palatable, that like more kids are more able to digest it? Because I don't want to sit and watch
it's food. It's food,
hour,
bro.
yeah,
it's just food. Like when you how we talk about not wanting unseasoned food. You want your food with some seasoning and some flavor and some taste, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nigga, that's how you want. That's just your news. Anything that's palatable, anything that you have to digest, you want it to have some type of flavor to it. You don't want to just be eating rice cake news. They be like, put some hot sauce on this news. Get some seasoned salt. Season up this news.
Rice cake news is a bar.
Yeah, like that's just the reality of it, bro. So like anything that's palatable, anything that we got to digest, I don't think we want it without no taste on it. And I think the news is the exact same thing. When we were sitting around watching gray-haired men and young women in pencil skirts give us the news on our granny's floors, we didn't like that shit. That shit was boring as fuck to us. But now we watch Harvey with that water bottle sit on the edge of that cubicle. That nigga's he's ruining lives. And we love that shit.
I always refer back to whatever that white dude that ends up on my feed. He danced with all the celebrities before telling you, it was like a 7-car mashup or some shit.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, like him. And I mean, even we've even seen that in the identity of the news forever. Like for people that don't know, if you go back and look, news has historically been formatted where it's like it's pretty much like death, weather, death, inspirational story, death, sports, death, something else, and then death, puppies.
That's why you need Ron Burgundy.
That horrible. You keep saying death. Like,
but in reality, like in between all that death, you get 5 seconds. You get you get sports. You might get like traffic. You might get weather. Yeah. And then you might get one more thing, and then you get some puppies at the end.
Yeah. End it off with a happy note, huh?
Yeah. You done talked about fucking blowing up in Iraq. A Mexican family got bombed in Pico Rivera. 2 black people got shot in Watts. We finna go to war with Iran. We just dropped dookie bombs on somebody in somewhere, and then all of a sudden niggas is just like, oh, but these dogs need to be adopted in Downey. You'd be like, bitch, why am I adopt these dogs? I thought you said World War III was happening next week. That's the fucking news. That's the whole process of it.
That in and of itself is how motherfuckers can go mad crazy when everybody got that shit is depressing as fuck to watch every goddamn day. Your regular news is like, hey, by the way, man, y'all gonna die tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it'll be sunny weather.
Yeah. And, but it's gonna be 76 Saturday.
Yeah. Coronavirus is now like, kicking it up as the best
like that's what I'm saying. Like
in the
shit
past
like that.
10 years.
Fuck that. Let's talk about what the fuck happened to Ebola.
They put it back in the packaging.
I still want to know what happened to Ebola.
Me too. I want to know.
Nigga, they just put that shit back.
What happened to SARS? What the fuck happened to the swine flu? Where did all the old disease go?
It just all made up. It's like they adding stuff.
Yeah,
like,
they put the shit back in the fridge. What if this is the same? Honestly, I feel like this is the same shit. They just renaming it. They just sampling diseases.
I think it is too. I think they acting like dispensaries.
Yeah, nigga, the coronavirus is just it's Ebola. It's the same shit, and they just rename it.
Panicking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I really feel like. Like, I don't understand where in the fuck do these new things keep coming from. We ain't figured out the old shit. Like, do y'all remember, like, Ebola was killing niggas. Like, niggas was bleeding out their ass, their ears, and their nose.
For real?
Off of Ebola.
No, it was like some real wild TV shit. That's like
SARS.
every orifice, all the motherfucking fluids.
Hey,
like it was
made a lot of money off of that.
Yeah, the mass joints.
Oh yeah, he got.
But my whole thing is like, when the fuck did? I don't understand how all of a sudden these diseases be killing everybody and everything, and then they just decide to go home for the winter. I ain't never heard about no, like, if diseases happen like this, then somebody need to tell cancer to take a summer break.
Yeah,
like, motherfucker need to take cancer need to take a spring break or something. If this is how diseases work, exactly. That nigga goes to school year round.
He don't give a fuck about
I don't fucking get it, and I'm just not. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's.
I just got text. Ebola and Zeke are still around. The Zeke shit, I completely
forgot about Zeke.
Yeah, nigga, we forgot about Zeke. I'm sorry, dog. Zeke,
yeah, Zeke
was putting up numbers, man.
Shout out to whoever that was, but it's just like that shit don't make no sense to me, and it's just ironic how certain diseases pop up in certain places at certain times. Like AIDS pop up in Africa at the absolute opportune time to do population control.
They be at the CDC with just like a dart and a map. Be like, what we gonna fuck up this month?
Nah, I don't think so. I think it's calculated. Like you got to look at high population areas. Even back in the day, India got hit with like famine and all that shit. When India was leading the world and they had 19 billion people living on one block. Damn, it was one block and it was 19 billion niggas in India living on this one street. Shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But even like China now, China got 17 billion niggas.
That's they got so many
That's
people.
the bag right now, calculated genocide.
Nigga, understand this. Yeah, I think that's always been it. Like, we had AIDS crisis in Africa. Them niggas was singing "We Are the World, We Are the Children." Them niggas had got all the celebrities together and still couldn't make enough money to I don't believe that. I don't fucking believe it. The record industry make like $12 billion a year. And you niggas couldn't beat one disease?
Nope.
Niggas couldn't even beat malaria.
Oh no, that shit always be killing me. It'd be like, oh, we just need to raise $100,000 and we could feed this whole village. I'm like, that nigga got a chain on for $250. Like right now.
I'm not taking that nigga chain off, bro. I want the nigga who wrote him the check to get the chain.
That's
like,
what
when
I'm
you
saying.
Look at
Like,
shit
you
like
could get this money. Like
Spotify itself. Spotify cuts Universal a check every year for $500 million. Just off rip before any of the other shit is calculated. Just for the simple fact. $500 million. 500 million. Nigga,
like that's
it costs
that's
12
restructure somebody's economy level money, my nigga. Like,
no, how about this? It costs $12 million to fix the pipes in Flint.
They ain't about to pay that at all. That's not important.
$500 million of music money. $12 million to fix a whole city's water system.
Nope. Hell no.
That's what you like. I don't know.
They don't want to do that.
Like, that shit is.
It make it like, and does it make you like ever feel some type of way if you see like whoever's in a position of like
power,
financial, more power, financial, like they just rich as fuck, and the motherfuckers get up there like, I'm really passionate about this and I really want to fix this, and it's like, but y'all could like, you could call your niggas up when y'all like all the people like y'all all took a big trip to fucking
go half,
you know, like to Bali like this, and you put it on Instagram and it was great. Like you all can still have this same experience. Hey, like I saw this. There was this video that popped up on like, what is this, like Now This Entertainment? I don't know who he was. I know that billionaire white dude. He was like, he's like, I just decided to get taxed, and then he's like, I'm still a millionaire, and then I was able to like make sure all of my employees like had this level of living. Like they took $70,000 away from me. He's like, I have no idea. Like it didn't change my life at all. So it's like it could easily happen, and none of these rich motherfuckers would be affected.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I think that's been proven, like bar none. That I think the 1% doesn't need all of the money. Like you just need some of the money. Like you don't need all of the money.
Some of this shit off and maybe like fix the planet or some shit. I don't know.
If you got $50 billion, motherfucker, like that's a lot of money.
Yeah. It's nothing. It's nothing for you to do with $1 billion.
Yeah.
Like not 1 billion.
Yeah.
Like not one, nigga.
Crazy.
Like no, understand. Do you really understand how much $1 billion is?
Oh, you could do a whole. I mean, you could feed a whole goddamn shit, probably a country.
Like $1 billion is a lot of fucking money.
And they ain't giving that up.
Like you gotta really be doing some spending, nigga, to run through $1 billion.
Yeah.
Like
jets, yachts, all type of crazy shit.
Like you gotta really be doing some shit that's just like it's no need for this to spend $1 billion.
Yeah, you would.
So I can't fathom niggas who have $178 billion, or a nigga like Bloomberg who has $60 billion.
Yeah, like
what do you do with 60? You just wake up and check your account every day, like, still.
Yeah, I know what people say. Like, I know people say shit like, oh, you know, we're all human, we all have the same worries. And I'm like, look, I can fuck what you say. Your $500 billion, your $60 billion worries. A little different than mine.
Bro, $60 billion, you don't have no worries. $60 billion, I'm killing all my worries, and I'm going to kill who investigated. I'm wiping families off the world, nigga. If I got $60 billion and a nigga, bruh, I got $60 billion and you, nigga, what? Anything, it's done.
Yeah, like billions of dollars. That's not even like, you know, niggas with a couple thousand can get you killed. Like billions of dollars will get you like erased from data. Like who is this? Like you don't exist.
And I would
I'm wiping this your whole lineage. I would
dead ass just buy a little island. I wouldn't even kill people. I just buy a little island. Everybody made me mad. I would just have you kidnapped and dropped off there.
Yeah.
You just be there on the island on some Gilligan shit, stuck. You wouldn't even know where the fuck the island was.
And then you can afford to be petty and then like fly by or just no. You just roll by on your yacht and then you have like a fucking
going on?
No, I wouldn't even do that. I would have a loop of Verge going, oh, you gonna keep talking shit? And I would just ride the motherfucker by. I would just have a plane come by, oh, you gonna keep talking shit? And then just go on to whatever destination. And I'm rich enough where that doesn't even affect my pockets.
It's people in this world that have $60 billion and are not the richest motherfuckers in the world. Ain't that sick?
That's disgusting.
Ain't that sick?
And they go in a room. Y'all niggas is
Jeff
sick.
Bezos gonna have $1 trillion before we die.
He is.
Jeff Bezos gonna have $1 trillion before we die.
$1 trillion.
That's nasty.
That's a whole.
And still be like, I ain't gonna give y'all shit. I ain't gonna fix nothing on this motherfucker.
Hell no.
But I am gonna do
That
it.
nigga's gonna have $1 trillion before we die. Like that's some sick shit, ain't it?
That's fucked
Do
up.
niggas understand how much money that is? That nigga got almost $200 billion.
No, I don't
The
know how
nigga
much
gave up
money it is. I don't never seen a
$75
million.
billion.
Mm-hmm. I'll be good. That
Nigga, you
said
understand how much money that
nigga
is?
said I'm gonna chalk you these 75.
I mean, I
and
know
I'm gonna be
how
straight.
much it is, but like I've never seen it. So
No, you don't. You never will. He hasn't seen it. Nobody has that much money. That's just a number on the computer that you'll see. Like somebody be like, yo, you got this much money. And you'll be like, no, them just letters. Like, I want to see that much money. And the world will have to like figure it out.
I want to go to the bank and look at all that money.
You can't, my nigga. You a bankrupt the country.
Shit, the country, not me. Shit, I'm about to get on.
What?
Everything you own in the country wouldn't be worth nothing, dumbass.
What?
I'm gonna get on.
Get on where?
I'm gonna do some transactions before this shit go fucked up.
And take it where?
Fucking know, somewhere, shit, anywhere.
America is the world's bank, nigga.
Right now.
Verge, you live in this weird
Man.
like cartoon.
Let me ask you a
supervillain
question.
World sometimes.
Hey, bro.
It is amazing.
It's an amazing place. It's full of pussies and
it's-
bubbles and
dog,
shit.
It'd be like Verge. Like if you did like a thought bubble of Verge, it would merge with a thought bubble of like Dr. Robotnik. It'd be the same shit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, whatever.
You live in a weird place
I ain't
between
gonna lie,
like
to me, this shit it is what it is, and I'm just here. I'm just here till I'm not here.
Okay.
yeah, my nigga. But this what niggas be failing to realize.
I'm mad
Hey.
that could be put on like a nice little meme with a good little like drawing next to it, and somebody would be like, "This is the best quote ever."
Hey,
You are
sick
just
shit.
here until you're here.
Do you remember
I'm
the
just
cat
here.
Hot Damn IROC?
Yeah, dog.
Okay.
Have you seen him
Bruh,
lately?
I watched his last video. I watched the whole.
It's not even funny. It's just like this. Holy
But
shit!
the sick shit. Did you watch it though? Did you listen to him?
Yes.
Okay, but did you hear the part where the nigga said, if you want to commit suicide, just keep on living?
Yes.
That's what the fuck I'm trying to get him to
Holy
understand is
shit,
that
bro.
you already like, but what don't make this shit harder for when you have to be here. Like you might not have that much time around this motherfucker, but don't make it harder for yourself while you got to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Because the shit is already fucked up. The shit is already gonna kill you. Like
I know.
So
yeah.
don't make this shit. Niggas end up like. Basically, essentially, what the nigga was saying is that life is gonna kill you, but you end up making decisions that speed up the process and make you end up offing yourself because you just make fucked up, shitty choices.
Not even.
But shit, but that's kind of hard not to make bad choices. Like people do that.
No,
shit.
bad choices and fucked up, shitty
Like,
choices
what you
are
mean?
two different things.
Like, what you-
Bad choices are bad is just the natural process of life. Like that's just the either way it could go. It go up, it can go down, it can go left or it go right. And I have a 50% chance of getting it right or 50% chance of getting it wrong.
Okay.
I lessen those chances with certain things throughout my life, but for the most part, my life is either 50-50 chance for the most part with everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Fucked up shit is literally like how I always say you go into a position knowing you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, stupid ass decision making. Like those things where you go, I know I should not do. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Like it's getting done. I'm doing it already. It's too late. Like that's fucked up, shitty decision making, and those
That sound
are
like
the
dumbass decisions, though. That just sound like.
Yeah.
I mean, but
no.
just think
Sometimes
like
it's
that.
not even dumbass decisions. Sometimes it's simple shit like I ate out today, knowing good and goddamn well that will fuck up my budget.
Oh yeah.
It don't always have to be no big major ass decision. Like it could just be some simple shit sometimes. Like damn, I just shouldn't have went out tonight. I got to go to work early in the morning. Like or I should have just went to sleep 30 minutes earlier when I was watching Netflix. Like those are
You
decisions
jumping back
that
in the jacket, huh?
like
Right back in
those
that
are
coat. All right. Did you hear that shit
situationally.
zip?
Yeah, I heard it. Sound like train tracks. Chugga, 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 chugga. The fuck kind of
She looked like she leaned to do that shit directly into the mic. Yeah. Hear me getting this big ass coat.
the fuck. But nah, I guess that's the difference between like bad choices that life is like I always tell you, life is naturally gonna throw you curveballs. Like nigga, don't make this shit no harder for yourself. Just the natural process of this shit is fucked up. So I think that nigga is like, he was saying that, but God,
no,
damn.
I'm not off that. Like he was one of the first people I think I subscribed to like on YouTube and shit.
Bro, that's what made me go back and watch him, is because I remember him before like any of the DC Young Fly or any King Karan, any of these cats.
I had to I was watching that one of his most recent videos, and Chardon had like heard me like listen to it, and she's like, "Fuck you watching?" And I was like, what he's saying like has, you know, meaning in its own way. But I was like, you have to. She thought I was just watching some sad, depressed motherfucker. I was gonna know. I was like, you have to watch. So I let her watch like one of his most recent ones. She was like, wow, you know, that's hurtful. It's painful, like what he's going through. And I was like, but you have to like put it in context of this is the nigga who this used to be. And she was just like, his whole shit is like, I'd be like,
oh, when he said he got sick for 2 years, nigga, and they didn't know what the fuck he had, and the nigga said that finally
that nigga made it.
He's been losing friends like back to back.
Nigga,
like
how about
his
this?
dog died? It was crazy.
Fuck that. The nigga got sick, bro. Ended up getting down to like 106 pounds, he said. Dang. Said that he checked himself out the hospital because the hospital couldn't figure out what was wrong with him, and the only thing he was doing was throwing up. And he said, if I was going to die, I wanted to die somewhere I could watch TV. He said, so I decided to go home. He said, I called my best friend who's a nurse, and he came over. And he was like, he was the one just giving me my IVs and just keeping me comfortable because that's all they was doing in the hospital anyway. He said, so I called that nigga over and he came and took care of me and nursed me back to health. And now I'm good. And he was like, and 2 weeks ago, that nigga died.
Wow.
Yeah, like his just.
Then the nigga was like,
his
so
curveballs
while I'm going through that,
I definitely want to see him.
That nigga was like, bro, while I'm going through that, you know, people love their dogs. This nigga like, man, my dog is going through kidney failure. He takes his dog, gets him surgery, gets him all right, and then right after that, like a month later, his other best friend dies.
God damn, this nigga is. I ain't gonna lie, I never want to meet that nigga.
And then in between that, he had 2 cousins get shot.
God, for real?
Yeah,
they survived all right.
No, one
died.
It was just like
he kept getting like
series of.
Y'all watched the whole video?
No, he was a nigga that was a comedian. He was like he did the videos and shit online.
That's what it is. It's like if you see him, like it's funny videos. There, like, you know, the cuts that he does is funny. His voice is all like, and then there's one where I think when his dog died, it got into this like, the way his tone was, it was like
he was hurt.
Yeah.
Hurt is not even. He was in another zone. Like it was one of those like where it got scary because I'm like, as I'm watching this, I was like, I know YouTube is different, but I was like, please don't do no. You felt like the nigga might like off himself on the fucking video, and I was just like, this is some. It was some weird. It was like, you know, some weird concerning shit because it's like, do you call for help for somebody who you don't know on YouTube that's a billion miles away? Like you don't just like, hey man, I don't know who out there in the Baltimore area, but
somebody go check on this.
Yeah, y'all should really go check on this.
And it was a thing that was like, he took a 2-year. He basically was making like funny videos. And he makes a video that's a little heavy. Then he makes a video after his dog dies, and that's when he breaks down how many people have died around him. And then he goes on another hiatus for like another 2 years, and he pops back up with this video, and he looks completely fucking different.
And it's every level of him, like hair.
He's had a fade.
Like,
it's just he got mad tattoos all over his body now, and like he was like explaining the story. He was like, I got tatted up because he was like, I have this weird skin disease, and he was like, my skin started peeling and shit. So he's like, I got tattooed just because I didn't want to look at my skin no more. So he tattooed his whole fucking body. Like he showed a picture, like he butt ass naked, and like covered himself, but he was like his whole body was tatted, and it was just one of the things that he was like, the pain got me through though, and I was just like, you could tell he went from being like clean cut, like you, now you got the long, just unkept dreads, long beard.
I feel bad for him. I really
like if he, man. I mean, I shouldn't say if like you can,
and I don't feel bad for him because he seems to be.
He's like, you could see it. I don't know. I shouldn't like might not be the proper terms, but like you can see somebody when people talk about the journey's hard and blah, blah, blah. You can watch this nigga go, I was this happy go lucky nigga. You see his videos where it's like crash, burn, kaboom, and like his latest one was still like crash, burn, but you see him kind of figuring out, all right, man, like he's going to shake back at some point, but it's like, I don't know, for somebody like if you as a person, you look at that shit and you just go, well, shit, this
can happen to anybody.
Yeah, nigga, like that's the shit. His shit is hard. I shouldn't say that because his shit is harder than anybody else. His shit is smacking like a motherfucker. But it is.
You ever see somebody when they first getting up?
Yeah.
like when somebody's been knocked down really, really hard, in that moment where they're first getting back up, and like their legs, and they're kind of like their legs are straight, but they still taking their hands off the ground, like some weird way. They've been all the way over, and their hands are like flat on the ground. They still like
his life like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can see that,
like, not in a diss way, but like you can
but it's like, but you have to think about it in the way of like, you ever see a boxer trying to beat the 8 count or try to beat? He looks just like that, where it's like niggas trying to. He's just the ref is holding his hands like walk towards me, and he's just like nuh-uh.
No, hell no.
The ref's like, walk towards me. He was like, I don't want no cereal. I'm fighting. He's like, what the fuck? How hard did he hit this
Life is
nigga?
really getting to him. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, like it's one of them. Like he be like, whoa, boy, you having a fight with life, and life is winning right now.
Shit.
Holy moly.
Nah, yeah,
that shit is serious.
God damn.
A motherfucker.
Yeah, that shit.
Fuck. 2 years of sickness, friends dying, dog died. I know that. Yeah,
Nah, yeah, and it was just like
the dog. The dog, you could tell, like, was like this at that point in time. Was like the cherry on top of like
a
Sunday of fuck shit. Cause like dog, like he starts the video like in any video. He still, even the ones now, he still has like his voice.
Do you remember Life on Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin? When the nigga said I had this letter, he said I've had this letter for a year, but I can't read. And he said it's from your neighbor. He said your mama died. Said your auntie died. Your sister died. Then your daddy died.
Damn, it's legit like that.
Then the dog died. Dog had worms. Like, and he gave the nigga the letter back, and he was like, anybody else want me to read the letter? They was like, no. Like,
that's dog. It's really how that nigga life be. It's crazy as fuck.
That's not funny, nigga. But that's really the fuck what happened to this nigga.
It's not funny, but
it was like that nigga got a letter, and somebody was like, oh, best friend died, your cousins died, your other best friend died.
I gotta show it to you because he's up there, and it's just like, have you? And he describes like the weight when he picked his dog. It was like I was like,
movie scene type.
Yeah, like because his video stopped becoming this like you could tell like they stopped becoming this. I'm gonna chop this up to make content. He just started making shit.
Nigga just plop down.
Yeah, if I don't get these if I don't get this out of my brain, I'm gonna channel this shit somewhere else. It's not even. It's just he's just sitting there. Like the last one, he was just in his kitchen. There's moments where he didn't even talk. He just was crying about some shit and then came back to conversation. Like he really just is.
This nigga mentally done.
He literally just working through his shit on the internet. I was like, this is some.
Yeah, I wouldn't do all that on the internet.
I mean, it's funny because it's like more times than not these people who end up being YouTubers and stuff like that. They're all gonna go through it. Like you're gonna go through it. If you're a YouTuber, if you're any of that shit, if social media is your talent, you are fucked. Let me just say that. I guess and not even in terms of like your career wise. I'm talking about the fucking peaks and valleys that you will go through because of this shit. Like because of it's social media. And I'm not talking about somebody who has a craft and uses social media as a tool to push their brand forward more. Now, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about motherfuckers
making jokes all day.
Who real life, not just making jokes, but just taking pictures with captions. Yeah. Fashion over ad. Niggas who's just, your life is going to be fucking hard. Because nigga, them niggas in them comments, they don't give a fuck about what you actually posting in that video. What the fuck happened with they day and how what you just said affect them? Like that shit will fuck you up sometimes. You think you putting the most positive shit out there in the world, and then somebody be like, "You dumbass motherfucker! Why would you walk on grass? Grass is human and grass has feelings." You be like, "Bitch, what? I walked on grass in this video? What the fuck are they talking about? You won't even know what the fuck you just did."
That does seem to be a thing like across whatever type of public platform, music, art, whatever fucking influencer thing. Like just to have, I don't know, some form of, you have to be grounded in like you or whatever it is that you're doing, because it really is anything you do is like, how the fuck dare you sit there and tell me? And it's somebody right now that gets up at 8 o'clock in the morning to listen to Keith tell them to make better choices in life and to chase their dreams, and they're like, this motherfucker gonna sit up here in the morning. I got up at 6:30 to wait to cuss this motherfucker out to gonna tell me to do better with my life. Like, so I don't know. You gotta not disregard people,
without a doubt,
but you gotta definitely be able to differentiate between this is a criticism and this is a motherfucker who just has a shit life and is.
Like I seen another YouTuber. She's this young lady. It was on Vice. She was like an animal caretaker. She had a bunch of fucking pets and shit. Like Like,
they beat up Brother Nature, nigga.
Yeah, they beat up Brother Nature, but he deserved to get his ass whooped. That's something different. He deserved to get his ass whooped. But that nigga went into the restaurant. Was like, "Do you know who I am? I'm Brother Nature." I was like, "Nigga,
Seriously?
you feed deers."
Who the fuck is that?
Like for real, yeah. He was on some shit. Like
nutty.
he really got that nigga. Was like, "I'm Brother Nature, nigga." Like y'all know who I am.
That's terrible.
Who the fuck is this guy? Who
The
is
dude, you ever see the little Mexican dude be feeding deers and shit?
Fuck no.
He really is Brother Nature. Like he
Really
fuck
just be
with
feeding
shit.
animals and squirrels and shit. But anyway, the chick she
I'm
was.
gonna fuck him up. Why? He gonna be that Brother Nature no more. He always happy.
But the chick, she had like a bunch of fucking.
Yeah, he gonna whoop his ass.
She had a bunch of animals and shit, and she would like take care of them on her YouTube channel and show people how to take care of certain animals and pets and shit. But she fucked around and got addicted to heroin. Excuse me. She fucked around and got addicted to. No, it's really not. That's what everybody's getting addicted to now. That's why it's called the opioid crisis, nigga. That's the drug of choice for people right now. But she gets addicted to heroin, and people start to realize it through her videos and shit. Because when she's YouTubing, you'll see like a needle here, a needle there, and different shit in the house, and it's just like this bitch was willing to let drugs ruin her life because she didn't want to lose like 100,000 subscribers. And I'm like, nigga, I get it.
That sound like somebody on his goddamn motherfucking head.
And it's just like this shit is.
I'm sorry.
If you willing to let this shit get you that much to where you willing,
Go die.
Okay.
I mean, essentially that's what you are doing. If you willing to go, I'm not gonna get no help for this disease because I don't want niggas who's sitting at home watching me rub a pet. I don't want them to lose respect for me. You a sick motherfucker, bro. You're not addicted to what you like. You addicted to something completely different.
You can't. I don't know. You have to. You definitely should love and like have a passion for your craft or whatever it is you're doing. But I don't know if it's healthy to
for your
identify
craft.
with
You can do your craft while you still in rehab. You might not be able to entertain the motherfuckers who watch your craft.
Yeah, you can't like identify.
I can still
with that
podcast from
abuse.
anywhere in this fucking world.
Exactly.
I might not be able to do it at the level that I would do it for good news and in this station and with the fam and shit, but nigga, I could podcast from anywhere in this world. If I fucked around and got hooked, if I became an alcoholic, I got to go to AA. I'm not going to be like, I can't go to AA because, I know Sean going to call in on Saturdays and I got to be there to get the call.
Yeah.
You got me fucked up. Like, all due respect, Sean got to get the fuck out of here. That's just it. Like, not specific. I just use Sean. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sean. But you get what I'm saying? I'm not my well-being, even on some days, nigga, if I just need a personal day. My mom died in October, bro. It was a lot of days where I was just like, I just ain't got it to come to this motherfucker today. Like, that's just it. I just need a personal day just for that reason. And if I'm not willing to just stress myself out for some shit, I for damn sure ain't finna do no heroin for it. You got me fucked up. I don't even like needles. Think I'm gonna poke myself with a needle so you niggas can watch me pet hedgehogs?
That's
Better suck my whole dick.
That's funny as fuck.
Wow, that's crazy. She's stupid.
Yeah, y'all like niggas gotta get a better grip on this shit.
Nah, ain't gonna happen. That's never gonna happen.
Niggas gotta get a better grip on this shit.
You never gonna have a better grip on things?
No, me. I said that's never gonna happen with people. He can say people.
okay,
I'm like, nah, a lot of people not gonna never get a grip. They're not that tough in the head.
Like a bird said.
I don't even think it'd be about being that tough in the head. I think you just gotta differentiate what's important to you and what's not. I think sometimes niggas make shit important that's
Not
too much for
important?
them to handle.
I need to go fall in love with something. She'd be happy if she fall in love with something.
Fall in love with your motherfucking self.
But she ain't doing that already, so she needs to go find a guy.
That don't mean
No,
that's the problem. She fell in love with a nigga. The nigga got her hooked on heroin.
The point
the
is
nigga,
to
okay,
go
I didn't know that.
towards
You didn't
you.
tell me that
Yeah.
part.
I mean, it was an added element. I mean, you get yourself hooked on something, but
Okay.
it's somebody there that could definitely
Yeah,
encourage
you
shit.
fall in love
Yeah,
with
but
yourself.
she did it for him because she really
Yeah.
liked him. But look how that ended up.
But sometimes it don't be about really liking nobody else. You just don't really like yourself.
Right.
Because, like,
you
I'm a
gotta love
motherfucker
yourself
that I've been around a bunch of motherfuckers who did a bunch of drugs, but because I like me, I didn't want to do their drugs. That's just it. I done hung around a bunch of niggas, pop X, sniff coke, and all that, but it was just like, I like me too much.
Gotta do all that stuff.
So I'm good. I'm gonna smoke this weed and go back over there. Yeah, I'm good.
So you say you don't want? So you don't want none of this meth, dog? We got enough.
Nah, I'm
we
past.
We got enough. You, so
I'm
you
gonna eat
don't.
these weed brownies. You can keep them crystal meth cupcakes.
All right.
It's because they, try to get in your head, call you scary, and then they be like, nah, I could do it.
But that shit don't matter. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Knowing what's important again. Like, what does being scary mean to anybody? What are we doing, nigga? That I'm not safe being scary.
Nigga, I'm scared. Nigga, that shit gonna fuck me up. I'm scared. Yeah, I'm scared. You right.
But like, what we doing, my nigga, that I can't be scared? Like, what is the main thing that we do in our life that I can't be scared? No, I'm just asking. Like, a nigga who would tell me that, like, bro, what the fuck I need to be brave for?
Yeah, fuck you.
If this is bravery, nigga, I don't have no reason to be brave. Fuck what you talk about.
Yeah, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, that shit don't make no sense. Like, the idea, it's no such thing as peer pressure at all. Like, it's no such thing as peer pressure. 9 times out of 10, a nigga that's trying to peer pressure you is somebody that's in an insecure position. Right. Nigga trying to tell you I ain't gonna fuck with you. All right, well, nigga, go ahead.
I take you home, nigga.
I'm not gonna take you a motherfucking place.
Nah, oh God, I'm gonna leave your ass right there and see you. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I probably would kick that person out the car. I kick a girl out the car. I know I'm gonna kick your ass out the car.
You can't be kicking women out the car, bro.
Shit, Dave, who you kick out the car? You kick a guy out the car not too long ago?
Yeah.
Nah.
That's different.
What the
That's
fuck?
different.
We kicking motherfuckers at the car over here.
But what I'm saying is,
family shit.
Birds, let me say something. Birds.
Oh, you being disrespectful. That's what's up. You like McDonald's?
Dave,
in the corner?
No,
I fuck with Daya's discretion a lot more than yours, first
Why?
off.
Why? Because he's a female?
No, just because she's her and you're you.
We equal. Me, females and guys are equal, like they say.
That's not about that. That's about Daya and Virgil. That ain't about no you being the one man, and that ain't about that.
What is it about?
I've known both you motherfuckers your whole lives, and you stupid. That's what the fuck it's about. You dumb. The fuck? Trying to be nice about it, but since you want me to say it, you a dumbass. No, you motherfuckers your whole life.
Nah, I'm smart.
I'm smart. Like a nigga defense for that was I'm smart.
Cause my brain be working.
My brain be working. This is
I didn't kick a motherfucker out the car. My brain was like, nigga, kick this motherfucker out the car. Like, yeah, come on, bro, get it together. All right, let me get out the car then.
Oh,
not all the time. This is once you get mad disrespectful, then you gotta go.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. I have very rare instances where I've had niggas get disrespectful to a point where it's like they don't realize, like, hey, wait a minute,
bring it back.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of like if I've had
like I'm just not one of them. You know, some niggas are just not them type of niggas. It's like you watch Love and Hip Hop and you always be like, I wish somebody would throw a drink on me. It's just like some people just not those people. You just know, like you pick up the cup and you be like, ooh. Get this cup away from me before I fuck around, throw a drink on this nigga and get shot. Like,
we talking about like another guy, or we talking about a girl?
I haven't.
No, just anybody. Like I mean, just I've never had a woman. I've never had a woman that.
Nah, but she was mad because you feel me.
No, it don't matter. It don't matter.
I was letting it be known.
It don't matter.
I don't understand.
I still don't understand what you're saying.
Verge, you gotta. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
I thought like you gotta get the car, bro. You tripping?
But for why?
But for why though? Like
tripping.
No,
what does that mean?
Like she had like mental issues.
She had mental. I don't know about that, but she had stuff going on in her life, and I just wasn't trying to deal with it.
Sound like she was trying to set him up.
Verge said, "Oh, bitch, you trying to have a seizure? Get the fuck out my car!" Like what?
I know it was just weird how.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Take
like,
me to the park in the darkest corner. I ain't doing all that. Yeah, I ain't doing all that. Like, get out the car at McDonald's in the light.
Yeah,
she said, take you to the park.
No, take her to the park.
Yeah, no, I understand. For me, it's just like,
was she trying to get you robbed or some shit?
I don't know, but you gotta get out right here at this corner.
Yeah, I would have just told her, like, my car broke.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, you know, I'm saying that makes
the car we in like, right now that's moving and working
your case. When you got to put some fucking
okay.
nigga, make that make sense.
To me, I'm just thinking that
you
it was
like,
just like y'all had an argument,
sneeze, and I was like, oh shit.
You didn't say that like it was some shit. Like it was like
no, but I'll never take a girl home. We got an argument. Cause I'm just done. I'm not about to argue with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you can't kick him out because you're having a disagreement or you having a fight or some shit.
But you doing some funny shit, yeah, you getting killed.
Nah, if it's some shit where it's like my life, I feel like you threatening my well-being.
I should have told y'all that.
You should have. You didn't say that like that.
Way more sense.
Yeah, you didn't say that like that. Yeah, you didn't say she was having a.
You was just
That goes back to like the Kobe thing we talked about. Old girl bipolar schizophrenic. Like you gotta be careful what you know. You've been fucking around. Then I gotta put money on your books. And then it's just like, oh shit, shit all fucked up now. Now I gotta find a third co-host, and it's just shit.
That should be easy. Boom, right there. Gave me one.
This nigga done said 7 words this whole show. She ain't ready.
You about to say she ain't shit.
I know. I thought you was gonna say she ain't shit.
She ain't ready. I ain't gonna do you like that.
You gonna do me like that though?
Yeah, nigga, because you different.
Yeah, you earned it.
Verge act like he hasn't been trying to spend as many moments with me his whole life as possible, and now he be this nigga. You know me already.
Yeah, I do.
Like nigga, you ain't nobody finna. I ain't finna sugarcoat shit for you. They is younger. She was a baby more so like growing up and during my like. So it's still a. No, I still got it. Like Markel, I'd fuck that nigga up. Fuck him up. That nigga. I'm fuck it. They little bro. I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna fuck that nigga up next time. I see him. Oh, what?
Like,
I'm putting hands on that little
the
nigga.
whole demeanor and vibe.
TJ, I'm putting hands on that little nigga too. I'm for real.
You seem very pleased about this.
Ooh.
There's a smirk to it. Like
man, I'm putting hands. There, like, man, look here.
It's not just. It's a consistent. Like the nigga just started rubbing his pants. Like TJ. I can't wait. It's hot in this motherfucker. Like he
everything.
The nigga hands still moving. Like he was so. He is so ready for this.
Oh, I'm whoop Markel ass so good when I catch him. He ain't even gonna know it's coming either. I'm gonna just hop on his ass too. He gonna be like, hey, what up? Like it's just gonna be.
I know y'all appreciate those sound effects, man.
Yeah.
He's
gonna kick his ass.
This is quality setting the scene right here.
Kick his ass, and not for no real reason either.
You heard about
Oh my god.
We gonna talk about it off air.
Oh, so you did hear about it?
Wow.
No, we gotta talk about it.
I thought you did.
We talk about it.
I just like how
that was a real family moment that just happened.
I just like he turned away and I'm all like, you maybe don't have to say this right now, but he leaned away from the mic.
Yeah,
and it's still.
It's something because he.
I know it's
see. Look, it's something because he went into little cousin mode and he started telling. You see, he went in little cousin mode right there, right?
He got quiet.
It changed. Shit got real quick.
He was like, "Did you hear about?"
I thought like, yeah,
nigga, eyes
that
got
means
big
that
as
means
shit.
whatever it is, he doesn't want to be the nigga that delivered the news. That's how bad it is.
No.
That's how fucked up it is. He don't want to be the nigga that delivered the news.
I thought you already knew.
Because he might fuck around and catch some of the backlash. Like it's certain shit that's like.
I definitely don't want to say that.
Yeah, it's certain shit that's like just in. I don't know. It's just weird in our family. Man, you don't want. You know, in your family, you be like. You don't want to tell your dad that your cousin fucked up because
I completely understand. I just
you might get hit in the chest for your cousin.
Looking at him like you don't have to do this right now.
Yeah,
like you could.
But I know just the way that's not nothing good.
Yeah, it's funny.
You have to know that cousin.
Oh yeah. Nah, I don't think I should say nothing. I think I should just.
Oh, you gotta tell me now. Ain't nothing I could do about it. Like whatever he in.
Shit.
Verge is shook.
I got an idea though.
Bro,
this
like
is making me uncomfortable.
Legit is shook. I'm gonna try.
I just don't like breaking bad news.
I'm gonna try to slide away from real life family business.
No, we got a couple of minutes left. We ain't got no questions or nothing. We can read.
Did we have some?
I don't know, man.
I gotta go check.
We did a really special thing at the.
There's a few. This is the same stuff though. I don't know how to.
Good day, wonderful day, special day.
Hattie Mystic. What are you grateful for today?
I always want to ask that question.
Yeah, that's a real popular fucking question.
I mean, life in general, I guess. I'm just grateful to be living and family and stuff.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm grateful for the Good News family. I was good today.
Yeah, days like today for sure. Like the Good News family is just like we had a really good day today, and especially for me, just because of my work schedule and just like my overall schedule is not conducive to spending a lot of time with like the Good News family. So today, to have days like today was like super dope to me. Like it was really fun. I definitely enjoyed it, even though I haven't been to sleep in like 36 hours.
God.
The funniest thing this week is I got a whole lot of answers actually about this whole like, can you fucking heaven? I didn't know that was gonna be such.
I seen you were getting a lot of
that shit was such a hot fucking topic.
That was funny as hell.
I mean, but apparently a lot of people think you can.
I'm still
kind of. They ready to go to heaven right now.
I'm still.
Yeah, it's a lot of like.
I still don't think you can throw that ass in a circle in heaven.
I don't think so. That just sounds crazy to me.
I just don't think you can do that. And heaven holding hands satisfies you. Just need some good palms. Put them palms on mine, baby.
Nice solid fist bump.
Nice solid fist bump.
Personal
orgasm.
All right, Michelle. Personal definitions of success. Was it the same 5 or 10 years ago? What are the differences, if any?
Say it again.
That was a big one. I like this one.
All
right, personal definitions of success.
Okay.
And was it the same 5 or even 10 years ago? And what are the differences, if you have any?
Well, 5 years ago, I thought it was all about money, so that's one. But now, I think it's more about family. Like having a real healthy family, living a healthy life.
Told y'all he was dumb.
That's a good answer. I mean, you can be about money and house, but like I think
I'm
about
joking,
family.
bro. I'm
About
joking.
family.
I'm joking.
That's funny.
Some love in there. Get some love in there.
Yeah, nah, without a doubt. I agree with him.
No,
Definitely.
I'm telling you, like I'm in my mind, I'm like keeping not severe, but like little track of like Verge's growth around this motherfucker. Ever since that motherfucker came back and asked the group, so what's the book on love languages? Then came and had 3 separate conversations. I'm like, oh, Verge, I'm gonna clock this shit. Verge gonna walk around.
At first I was all about money that came in. Money this, money now. I'm trying to drive a car. I ain't want to do none of that no more.
I mean, I think it's still. I mean, money is important.
Oh yeah, of course.
But I think it's more so the freedom and the access and the lifestyle that money provides you that I think we enjoy. For me, my definition of success would be freedom. Like freedom, like when you start to have freedom in what you do, like freedom and happiness together, it's a combination that shows you that you're being successful. Like if you can be free and you can be happy while you're free. More times than not, being free comes with a major cost. That is something that's truly detrimental to people. But if that's me being successful right there. Is if I can feel free and be like happy.
I like that one. I think I might steal it. Like I think success doesn't have like a dollar amount on it, but whatever is in my life that allows me the freedom and space to be whatever it is, good father, good husband, good podcaster, good radio host, good fucking firefighter, whatever the fuck you want to do. Mm-hmm. Whatever puts you in the space to be free in that and be yourself and all that I think is success. And I don't think that was the same as, definitely wasn't the same as 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it was like, I'm fucking money. Like I'm
20 for
yeah,
sure.
like I'm like nigga money. Like I'm finna get out in this world and get some motherfucking money.
And at the end of the day, I mean, I always think it's.
So yeah, nah.
I always think it. I mean, I think it always is money again, but I think you start to appreciate. I mean, you start to understand what money provides and that money's a means to certain things, and I think then those means become, what it is. But 5-10 years for me was definitely different. Yeah, without a doubt.
So yeah, that was that's the only ones I'm gonna really talk about. Everybody else is asking like these weird meme accounts and all that other shit. Do you want a promotion? No, unless you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, I be blocking them. I don't know who that tech nigga is that always be like, I'm a tech nigga from here. I'm like, bro, you just got blocked.
Like, yeah, right about now, like,
and I'm going on an unfollowing streak on my personal account this week because some of you motherfuckers, I'm tired of looking at y'all. Strictly for that reason.
Yeah, like
strictly for the reason.
So here's what I've done to a couple, and it's only because like I know them for real, but they don't really. It's like it's people I really fuck with in real life, but they don't be talking about shit. I found Chardon told me that
you can restrict them.
She taught me about the mute button. Oh my god, I didn't know about that shit. Been muting so many motherfuckers. It's 5.
I don't like to see.
It's 5 people that pop up on my feed.
I don't like to
6
see.
on a good day.
I don't want you. I don't want that
going on.
I don't like to see them in my follower count.
Oh, I don't pay attention
because. To me, even after I mute you, your follower count, like me following you, still fucks up my Twitter's, like my Instagram sphere. Like it still fucks up my universe because no, I'm not like not my actual universe, but like my Explorer page and like my sports and certain shit because you follow people and what they like shapes your Explorer page.
What you like shapes that.
It all does. Like how they'll tell you like referred this to you because you follow this person or this person. Like you get suggested people based off of those followers that who you follow and who follows you. And so, yeah, that's why that shit, I don't want to mute you because it still makes our worlds intermingle in a way that
I didn't want you gone.
Yeah, I want you gone. You got to get the fuck out the gym.
That's not bad.
It's what it is.
Nah, yeah. I have no idea what like went on in like the world.
What happened the first 30 minutes of this fucking show? What did we talk about?
Honestly, we were making fun of her.
I don't know what happened.
I know it was at least a good 5 to 8 minutes.
Whoever was here Friday night probably fucked
making
it up.
fun of your mustache. Is this on? Is that on?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you good.
I just want to say one thing. One, I came because you guys were on mute, but it's you guys saved it. And 2, I want to give a shout out to TJ and EJ from Just Dope Ass Podcast because today at our Good News Retreat, they won an award for the best new show on the Good News Network. So shout out to them.
Why don't I love that? As much as
why don't we just get air horns?
everybody.
There is one all the way at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Because like
Why do we all just
every show makes the air horn sound and
But
nobody
I
plays
downloaded
it.
it all the way at the bottom.
I just think that's our station
just-
thing. Like as a family,
Everybody makes the sound.
Like,
So as the good news
cheer.
Studio One, you see me squatting. They don't know. You don't gotta put me on blast. I'm like squatting on the mic instead of sitting on the chair. As a Studio One manager, I have to shout you guys out because anytime I get a chance to put it out there on Hayden Ass Michael.
Hayden ass Mike with them small ass glasses on today.
That's right.
Them little ass sunglasses on today.
I really want to tell you guys, it came down to you guys and a sports show. I'll say it. Shout out to Nick. He has been putting so much work, and it was a very, very hard decision. But at the end of the day, it was really, really close, really. And so I just want to show you guys love. Congratulations. I had to come through and celebrate. Just in case you guys didn't say it, I was going to say it for you. Congratulations on being the best new show on the Good News Network.
Appreciate
Y'all deserve
that.
it.
Hey, shout out to Nick. Shout out to Jackie. Hayden ass Michael. Hefe. We appreciate y'all, man.
So
Thank you for everything.
Dog, that's got to be a t-shirt.
What?
I just need everybody to start saying "Hey, now it's Michael." Like,
oh no! From now on, any of his station shirts.
Yeah, bro. Like I don't
gonna
impose on anybody else's show, but I just as a
that
network,
printed,
we gotta stand together on this hating ass Michael shit.
Nah, without a doubt, hating ass Michael. Anything that from now on that gets printed with his name on it, it needs to say hating ass Michael on it. That's just a fact. He has to adopt that. I think that'll be great for him as a sports anchor. I think that'll be great. Like hating ass.
Hashtag that shit.
Hey,
I would. He should
text
change
Michael and I should just tell him that should be another segment for his show, just called hating ass Michael.
He should change his name.
And he should just rant on something that he just doesn't like for 60 seconds. He should just go in on something he doesn't like. Hating ass Michael, take that idea. It's free for you, man. Yep. I just want executive producer credit on y'all show.
I'm just saying, man, free jewelry. Hating ass Michael.
That's it.
I like that.
Yeah, that should just be his segment to go around on shit.
That's a hard nickname right there.
Yeah, hating ass Michael.
I hate all this shit.
It's a great nickname.
I hate all this shit.
And it's free. I gave it to him for free the first time I met him.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was
just met him?
No, the first time I met him, I gave him the name hating ass Michael because he was hating like a motherfucker. So it was natural. It just kind of rolled off.
Don't have to be like that.
Yeah, it just be like that. It's natural. It fit. You around here hating. Guess what I'm gonna call you? Hater.
This nigga must really be hating.
Oh man, that nigga was hate. Oh man, it was hate. So much hate. He was like, I hate you. Nigga told me he was like, he didn't even know you. He said he hates you. I was like, what? He said, I don't even know him and I hate him. It's like, God damn, man. Oh shit! All right, we got like 5 minutes left now. Officially,
wasn't she supposed to be like our correspondent on all things?
I don't know. Yeah, Dan, talk about some.
What happened in the bullshit internet streets?
Give me 5 minutes of something to see if your ass can be invited back.
Oh my gosh, nothing. I just think everybody.
You're fired.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just really don't be caring about nothing.
We gotta find somebody who cares about some shit or this motherfucker. Just everybody, it's a group of niggas who don't care about shit. Just listen to us not give a fuck about anything every Saturday.
No, it's just like with social media, I just don't take people serious. I feel like everybody exaggerate too much and things repeat. So I'm just like,
social media is everybody's A size. That's why nobody ever shows you their struggles on social media.
They don't. So they show the good part and not the bad part. And
that's the A
like,
size.
You bullshit.
Yeah, like they be having you feeling like they be making you feel like, damn, I'm not doing enough. Like I'm out here slacking, or like they out here on their shit and I'm fucking around. Nah, the reality of it is,
and then when you finally meet that person, they actually be
ugly.
The same.
I met a couple girls on Instagram.
No, they be
ugly.
like struggling too. They be like, damn, I don't got no money. Like
they
be scamming. Yeah, like when you actually meet them, they be telling business. You be like,
scammer. That nigga really famous.
Yeah, that's y'all thing. Y'all be scamming the jug, huh? Y'all be having the credit card.
I don't be scamming, but they do.
I'm glad you said that. I hate to have to beat your ass and drop you off at the police station. Hate to. I love you so much, baby. I hate to have to beat your ass and drop you off at the police station like it's a play date or something. I'll be back to get you. Go on in there and talk to him. No, that's good. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's nothing new under the sun. I just think like people, each generation picks different shit they're gonna emphasize Like for us, our generation was just we sold weed. That was our thing. Like we was the weed selling generation. But that was some shit that like cycled back from like the 60s and 70s and shit. Like everybody's.
Yeah. My generation, they just care about
y'all fraud.
Yeah, like
y'all the fraud generation.
They want to be so fake. They want everything. I be like,
yeah, y'all the fraud generation.
I be disappointed, low key.
Y'all the
especially with the girls.
Dog.
Like
that's the early 90s. That's the late 80s, early 90s coming back again. Like them the fraud eras. Niggas was doing credit card schemes when credit cards first came out, and them shits was easy to copy. They was just literally like stickers, and you could just stick them shits on like a piece of ID and shit. Slide that bit like.
That nigga Verb's like, I could have been.
Let me tell you something, nigga.
Scamming.
I know niggas. Nah, nigga, I know niggas back in the like old niggas back in the day. I tell you, like credit cards, if you swipe them shits twice, they should just automatically go through.
Yeah, that's what happened to Grandpa George.
Yeah, so you swipe back in the day, credit card, you swipe that motherfucker once. So that's why a lot of merchants, even still to this day, won't swipe your credit card twice if it get declined.
It's getting worse now because they got this little like on your card, that little tap thing. So if your phone's right there, whoop,
yep.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
That happened to me.
Wow.
Hey, oh wait, 1997.
I'm with it.
1997.
I mean, it ain't.
I already see. I already see what you went to. 1997. Because you got a lot of intro though.
The whole thing, man.
Fuck that. It got a long intro. Play it. It's over, nigga. 2 minutes. We done. Fuck out of here.
Whole thing.
Gang shit. Just a dope ass podcast. We appreciate y'all. Good news, man. Thank y'all. We love y'all. The fam. Everybody. Appreciate y'all. Never Not Extra. We love you guys. Thank y'all for calling in.
Oh
Sean,
yeah, man. They called in.
Fuck with you.
Sean really gonna have to get a motherfucking t-shirt.
Nah, Sean is gonna get invited to a show. Like Sean is gonna.
I'm not as consistent as at my job.
Oh shit!
That he isn't at this fucking
also,
show.
you motherfuckers, be sure to check us out. February 17th, we will be on the podcast pit. Your favorite podcast will be on the podcast pit Monday, February 17th. Fuck with us.
Vibes, nigga.
Young Glock. I'm about to go light up my weed. Smoke to this key Glock. Hey.
This whole goddamn album.
Hey. Let me fight this blunt up. Let me catch a vibe. Hey, 1997, I came in this world